You want to know why white people don't have any culture? Because white people isn't a thing. There's Europeans, there's Asians, there's Italians, there's Irish, white. I don't know where these whites come from. Are they from Whitetopia or something? Like, is there something I'm missing here?
You know your argument's not very strong when you can literally just flip it over, reverse it, and it's just effective in the other direction. So if whiteness is not a thing and there's no such thing as white culture, that means that there's no such thing as black culture. There's African culture, right? There could be Jamaican culture. The black community out there say the same thing. There's no such thing as white culture. They got no culture whatsoever. One thing you'll notice when it comes to the black communities, it's a seriously heavy case of rules for thee and not for me. They can say the most racist shit and they think they're scot-free. It's like, well, no, we can't be racist. But a white person just miswords something or just, doesn't structure their sentence properly. And oh my God, that's just disgusting and racist. And the problem is they have all these woke white libtard women that jump in with them and totally affirm this as well. So I'm sorry, bullshit theory. If you want to talk about whitetopia, then it's blacktopia. If there's no such thing as white culture, there's absolutely no such thing as black culture either.
So I just saw Kamala and her wonderful husband at a basketball game. And it makes me want to start throwing shit. Because I want to fucking find every Democrat that couldn't get their asses out and vote. She warned us of everything. Everything she predicted has happened. Y'all feel good about yourselves? That you couldn't go out and vote for a woman? She's a Democrat. And she's not Trump. What else do you need to know? Y'all are worse than MAGA.
I think Donald is dying. I think Donald knows that he's dying. I think that all the big hoopla with Iran and instructions on what to do in the event that he is assassinated, I think they're going to say he's going to be assassinated. I think he's just going to croak of dementia-related death, old shit. But he's definitely gonna say, or they're gonna say he was assassinated and try to make him a fucking martyr. Good news, he's gonna die.
I'm not really sure who needs to hear this, but I'm guessing it's on the order of tens of millions of you. I'm not sure why your life sucks. There could be a whole slew of things going on, and I do empathize with that. But your life doesn't suck because your local librarian is trans and has purple hair. Your life doesn't suck because your neighbor speaks Spanish. And your life doesn't suck because that single mother you saw at the grocery store was buying frozen crab legs with her food stamps. Figure it out, but you're mad at the wrong people.
Just a little hope core for anybody who needs it. Once he's gone, the only thing his name will be on is a piece of stone people line up to piss on. They'll have to guard full time because people will want to shit on it. In the Epstein files, of course. His name's all over those, like 1 million times, I think.
I just got rejected from Target. Really? Are you kidding me right now? I can't work at Target? All I want to do is stock shelves for $15 an hour. That's the bare minimum. And you won't hire me. I have ADHD. I have top tier organizational skills, and I'm timely for everything. All I need is a job to get me out of debt, and Target won't hire me. What does that say about our job market right now? If I wasn't making content for brands on the SideShift app right now, I would have no money. I would have nothing. And I have been able to make money from home. Why do I even want a job at Target at this point? Is this normal? Have you guys experienced this too? Because I'm tired of applying to jobs just to get denied. If you guys know of any place that's hiring, please let me know.
Look, not to sound judgmental, because truthfully, I would hire somebody. It doesn't really matter what they look like. If it was my decision, it would just be based on their skill set. It would be based on their experience. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that do judge a book by its cover. And when you show up covered in tattoos, your earlobes stretched out, metal in your face, what do people relate to that certain look is they think you're a little bit crazy, that you're a little bit of a crazy liberal, perhaps. Could have been somebody who was a hardcore conservative who looked at you and judged you. But the truth is, when you were younger and you did all these physical changes to your body, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass eventually. You are going to grow older. It's going to be time to buckle down and get serious. And you still do have to look presentable for a job. So word of advice for anybody that may look like this young lady here who may be struggling to get a job: dress appropriately. Take the metal out of your face, maybe let your hair down to cover the ears, and then you'd have a much better chance at getting that job. Once they hire you and they start to notice you have tattoos and piercings, well, that's a whole different ballgame. They've already hired you. This is a problem with a lot of leftists out there, is they think that they don't actually have to be presentable to go out and get a job. They think that they could just be themselves, be free. That's what America should be all about now. But unfortunately, a lot of bosses still hire based on first impressions.
Do y'all remember during the Biden administration when they were going after Biden for making money from overseas, or him and Hunter and all these illegal deals, and Comey was questioning all these people and he had all this evidence that they were going to get him? They did that while he was president, right? Because they wanted to keep their base riled up. They wanted to make it like Biden was just this awful person and was doing... Remember all that? What happened to that? What happened to all that? Funny how now that Trump's president, that just disappeared. Where's all the evidence that he said he had? All that evidence to get Biden and Hunter completely went away once Trump became president. It's because when Biden was president, they just did everything they could to lie to bring him down because they knew it wasn't true. They knew it wasn't true. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Not a peep now about it, huh? Isn't that fucking funny?
You guys, look at this shit that the White House Facebook page posted. Like, are you fucking joking? They want to dehumanize immigrants, and they want to blame them for the problems the country has. The problems that Donald Trump ran on solving and has only made worse. Undocumented immigrants are not the reason you can't afford your groceries. They're not the reason you can't afford your rent. They're not the reason your healthcare sucks. They're not the reason gas prices went up. They're not the reason we're in war. They're not the ones committing violent crimes. That's actually just American citizens. Look, men commit violent crime. Men are doing that, okay? But they are citizens. So vote blue in midterms. Don't believe the bullshit, okay?
Message to pale people who think I give a fuck about them that hops in my comments. I did time, but behind showing the police how I don't give a fuck about their badge or their authority. What the fuck you think I do to you face to face? Stop acting tough on this motherfucking app, because if I catch you in real life, I'm gonna remind you what the fuck you said on this app.
If a man asks you, what do you bring to the table? The infamous question. Tell him nothing, that you are a guest at his table, and that if his table is lacking, then he's not prepared to host a woman like you.
Any of you heard what's going on in Italy? No, you haven't. Oracle is censoring it. So is Meta. Nobody wants us to know. They stopped going to work for a month. They stopped buying anything for a month. They just sat at home, enjoying their day. And they won against their government. They won. It's not the protesting. Your words fall on deaf ears. It's where you put your money, specifically what you stop doing with it. You want to win against this regime? We all need to gather across the U.S. and do nothing for a month.
Do you guys believe a single word that she just said? I did not even look into it, and I'm not even going to. I don't believe anything that she just said. I know most of you guys don't either. However, a large portion of the liberal population will, because this is what they do to each other. They gaslight each other. They lie to their own audience. I don't know how big her audience is. I don't know if she's a big influencer. I don't know if she's just some small-time person on TikTok. But a lot of her audience, if she does have a large one, would believe this, and they'll start to think, because they've done this before, even when Trump first got elected, is that this is happening in other countries, and this is happening in that country, and this is happening in this country, yet they're censoring it. They're not letting us see it. They're not letting us know what the outside world, what's really going on outside of the United States. And I don't want to sound like a libtard myself, but that is dangerous thinking. It's bullshit like this that gives these people a false sense of hope and a false drive, and what keeps them on the wrong side of everything while they think they're on the right side of everything. See, when it comes to the libs, it's always been a 50-50 thing. You have 50% of that know that the narrative is bullshit, yet they just continue to parrot it amongst the other 50% that believe that the narrative is real. And they like to stir up all this chaos just out of pure hatred for people on the right.
Trump is not only unhinged, but he's completely incompetent. And he's senile, not remembering what he says from one moment to the next. He's fucking over NATO and fucking around with them. So the only way your mother is going to be safe as he bankrupts America is to take out all your savings, take out all your IRAs, take all the money in cash and put it under your mattress, because it'll be a hell of a lot safer than in the banks and in the stock market, the way this man is ruining our country.
Hey, did you get a package? Did you get a new dress? Do you want to show our friends what your dress says? Let's see. Can you turn around? Let me see. Trump is a pedo? Butterbeans! That's the best dress I've ever seen. It didn't make it in time for the 4th, but I don't care.
I say we start defending and protecting our neighbors and start popping these damn ICE agents and saying, oh, my bad, you know, it was the wrong person. My bad. Don't worry. Like, we really got to start protecting our neighbors. These are masked men in unmarked cars, you know, no body cameras, going after the wrong fucking people. And even if they were going after the right people, they committed misdemeanors trying to come have a better life. Like, oh yeah, and just throwing this out there, our president has 34 felonies and was found legally liable for sexually assaulting
Hey, Barb, right here. Yes, he is a convicted felon. 34 counts. Yep, and right here, a judge ruled that he did in fact rape E. Jean Carroll. He is a convicted felon, and he is a rapist. Learn to read. Get fucked, boomer. Yeah, I said it.
Morning, everybody. Today is July 7th already. Woo, 2026. And by the way, fuck Trump. I just want to say congratulations to Belgium. Belgium, thank you for beating the shit out of the USA Soccer, who Trump had to put his frickin' nose in. And he doesn't even know anything about soccer. Oh, but he doesn't know anything about anything other than lying. That's about the only thing that he knows. But once again, congratulations, Belgians, for beating the shit out of the United States soccer team.
Now tell me you're easy to manipulate and brainwash without telling me that you're actually easy to manipulate and brainwash. Just because you don't like Donald Trump, why do you gotta shit all over your country's soccer team? Before Donald Trump was in office, I didn't see all these libtards out there talking about how much they hate America and America's history is terrible and that they're really the criminals and all this negative stuff that they want to talk about when it comes to the United States of America now. Look, at this age, I mean, you're a boomer. You've lived your whole life assuming in the United States of America. I'm sure that you were happy whenever there's a Democrat in office, whenever there's not Donald Trump in office. I'm sure you're living life happy and you're loving your country then. I'm sure you're out celebrating the 4th of July, popping fireworks and all the rest of it. But now that Trump's in office, you want to shit on your soccer team. You're congratulating Belgium for beating your soccer team. I mean, really think about the concept here. Stop for a second, let all your hatred go, turn off all the propaganda networks and look in the mirror and really try and add 2 and 2 together as to why, because I don't like Donald Trump, does that mean I have to hate my country as well? Is it because he's so pro-American? Is that really what it is with all you leftists out there? Because Donald Trump loves his country so much, that means that you have to hate it. The joke that we always make that if Donald Trump were to get out there and start telling you all how air is a good thing, how you'd all stop breathing. You're proving this to be a true thing. Because he's such a patriot for his country and he loves his country so much, that means you guys have to hate your country. Now, for you younger liberals out there, 20, 25 years old, propaganda, it makes a little bit more sense why it works on you. You're still young, you're still absorbing, you're still going with the liberal flow. For you older boomers in your 60s and 70s, I know that you guys are very open to the news. You guys have always trusted your news. But let's just push that aside. Just from your life experiences alone, just from your age, your history, how long you've been alive, you should have what you liberals love to talk about is your own critical thought at this point. You should be able to recognize propaganda and brainwashing when it's sitting right in front of your face. And the fact that you can't put it together that because you can't stand Donald Trump, that means you have to hate your country also. At what point does it finally register in your mind that you've been propagandized, that you've been brainwashed, that somebody else is pulling the strings?
You can make fun of my teeth all you want, but guess what? You don't have a sick-ass party trick. I do. I do. I have complete comedic control over any conversation the second I pop these motherfuckers out. Oh, someone wants a little giggle? Someone wants a little chuckle? Huh, here I come. Comedic relief. Oh, a built-in comedy set right here. Built-in bit. I can do this bit for hours at a time, and I have done it for hours at a time, and I will continue doing it for hours at a time until I get implants. So stay weird, stay cool, love yourself for who you are, and keep making fun of my teeth. I don't give a fuck. I could be funny as hell with it.
You're right. Inflation is bad. But when this person was saying that Biden did inflation better than Trump, he was talking about the Inflation Reduction Act. Biden's inflation did get up to 9% when he was president, but that was because of a global pandemic and the Ukraine-Russia war. Neither things did Biden start. Anyway, so once inflation rose, Biden introduced the Inflation Reduction Act. He got inflation down to 2.9% before Trump got into office. Then Trump got into office, and because he's a petty fucking toddler, he overturned it. He got rid of it. And then inflation was back on the rise again, thanks to Trump.
So you're telling me, within the last 24 hours, the amount of good news I have heard, Conor McGregor blew his fucking knee out, that rapist piece of shit, and then Lindsey Graham, dead. The biggest fucking Zionist ever. And then you're gonna tell me Pam Bondi has cancer? Too much good stuff.
Can't wait till we rule again. Man, I'm gonna stun on you hoes. Oh, man, what? Ooh.
This is just your daily reminder that the way that we're living is absolutely not normal. We have normalized living in nuclear families where you just have a mother, a father, and children, or some variation on that. That is not normal. That is not how the human brain evolved. And if you're struggling in a life like that, it's not a personal failure. It is a systemic design problem.
Okay, once again, absolute, hardcore, irrefutable proof that education does not directly translate into intelligence. If you can sit there and convince yourself that the nuclear family is not normal, that we've been led to believe that having a family life, a mother, father, children, and a home, that's not normal. But all the shit that you guys want to push nowadays is. How on earth can you walk around and convince yourself that you're on the right side of things when you're trying to discourage people away from the nuclear family? And it's only because of your hatred for conservatism. Whatever conservatives say or do, you guys have to be the exact polar opposite. Really think about this. You're trying to claim that the human brain did not evolve and have natural instinct to make children, to find a life partner, and to build yourself a nice, safe, sustainable home. That's not your natural instinct. It's in the back of everybody's mind. Since the beginning of time, as far as we have in recorded human history, this has been a thing. You can go back to the cavemen, and it's all about man, woman, make children. Yet you liberals are seriously trying to convince yourselves that that's not normal and want to call yourselves intelligent. No, you know what's really not normal is today's liberal ideology. Take a look at this clip.
Everybody look at me. And I'm getting ready to tell you something that's probably gonna hurt your feelings, but I love you, okay? The parents are not your friends. I'm gonna say it again because I want you to hear me. The parents are not your friends, okay? They cannot be trusted, all right?
So you have a man who dresses up as a woman and holds conferences and calls himself the child care whisperer. And I'm not sure if his crowd is child care workers or if they are children. I'm not absolutely positive on who he's speaking to, but it doesn't really matter in who he's talking to, whether it be children or child care workers. This is absolutely horrible advice. This is indoctrination right in front of our faces. Don't tell the parents, don't talk to the parents. They are not your friends. They cannot be trusted. Liberalism is absolutely a mental illness and definitely not a friend of society.
Donald Trump fired the remaining members of the Election Commission. That means the Election Commission can't operate. Midterms are on hold. Remember when I said 2 years ago, this is a fascist regime and we can't wait for midterms to do something about it? You can't stop a fascist regime by voting, guys. Our system's broken. They broke it. You can't use the system to fix it. Voting doesn't get you out of fascism. The only option is revolution, you guys. I know we have the craziest surveillance police state ever. Y'all waited so long. And it's gonna be more and more difficult the longer you wait. As a sociologist, I am so fucking tired of people not fucking listening to me.
No one owes you anything. Yes, the fuck they do, because that's what it means to live in a community where I help you, you help me, we help each other, we help people that we don't even know that are in need of help. There are people living on the streets, there are people living in poverty that need help being lifted out of their situations, and it is our responsibility to help those people. Do not let them gaslight you into thinking that it's just you on your own and it is your responsibility alone to lift yourself out of your situations. People need help. It's our responsibility. Period.
The children in the concentration camps are pregnant. The children in the concentration camps in the United States of America are pregnant.
My biggest goal in life is to have a fun and interesting life. And focusing on finding a husband and maintaining a marriage and then having kids does not look fun and interesting to me even a little bit. Not even a little bit. So I will not be partaking in that.
Some cow came out against Graham Plattner saying that she was raped by him. Does anybody really believe her? The establishment put her up to this. The grape happened in 2021. Well, honey, you still have the 6-year statute of limitations is still on your side, so why don't you go ahead and sue him? Why are you waiting till now, a couple months before the election, before your fat ass came out and said anything? How much did you get paid for doing this? You have no evidence. Your timing is shit and very suspect. And you said, I told him I'm not into this. I don't fucking trust you, lady. Graham Plattner, do not end your race. You need to continue with this race because this is what they're going to do to anyone they oppose. The Democrats should be ashamed of themselves. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, all of them, all of those gross ass Democrats, they should be ashamed of themselves. Graham Plattner, please continue the race.
Okay, how many times have we heard the liberals screaming to the rooftops, just listen to women. Listen to women when they speak. When they talk, they're telling you an experience. They're telling you the truth. They're telling you about what happened. Why don't we just listen to women? Funny how they don't take their own advice when the tables have turned and the shit hits the fan in their direction. I've seen several people out there now trying to defend Graham Plattner, who I don't really pay much attention to. He doesn't look like a very nice individual. But we have this woman here basically stating that this is a false accusation. The statute of limitations, you guys know where I'm going with this, right? I'm pretty sure most people with, brain cells that can rub together know exactly where I'm going with this. The hypocrisy is absolutely disgusting because when we bring E. Jean Carroll into this conversation, man, what did she really have? We're talking about a 20-year gap before she came out and opening up her mouth claiming that Donald Trump in a department store tried to get physical with her and graped her, as they want to call it. Yet E. Jean Carroll couldn't remember the exact date. Apparently, she still had the clothing 20 years later with his DNA on it. Like, come on. Come on, you libs out there. You can't be this slow and this dense, right? Truthfully, I don't really think you are that slow and that dense. It's just that you're that dishonest. You know damn well that E. Jean Carroll was not assaulted by Donald Trump. You know damn well that those 34 counts of whatever fraud they want to try and label with, nobody still knows what the actual crime was. You all know that that was just a political hit piece, right? I mean, his political opponents did anything they could to smear his name. But that's besides the point. I'm not here to defend Donald Trump. I'm just here to talk about the hypocrisy of the left. You guys want to say that Trump is an adjudicated rapist, that he's a 34-time convicted felon. Yet, 6 months ago, none of you guys even knew who the hell Graham Plattner was. But now that some girl comes out and says, hey, he sexually assaulted me in the past, just a few years ago, I think she said 2019 or 2021, so just 5 years ago. This is still very fresh, and now you guys find it fishy. Why are you only opening up your mouth now? This is all just convenient. This is just all a political hit piece against Graham Plattner. The hypocrisy with you liberals is absolutely disgusting, yet hilarious at the very same time. All right, guys, that is it. That is all she wrote. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please consider doing so. If not, if you can like the video, share the video, interact with it in one way or another to help me out that YouTube algorithm, that will be greatly appreciated. Y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.
I had to fucking pull over in the middle of the woods so that I can record this because somebody's gonna fucking call the cops if they hear me. This message goes out to every single person who fucking calls himself an American. Because what the fuck do you mean ICE killed a man in Maine? Literally, we compete every year with New Hampshire for the safest state in the country. What do you mean ICE is out here without fucking cams on, killing people in the fucking streets of our cities? For